Hi, this is John Wild from the Eco Guys and the Eco Guys Cave, and I'm here for a little bit more to answer your questions and eco tips on what is recyclable. Now, I'm enjoying myself a little pumpkin spice coffee because it's that time of the year. Mm-mm-mm. Today's tip is to deal with containers. I'm always asked about food containers because that is what is mostly generated in a house. It's food containers. And I'm going to go over a few of them to show you what is recyclable and how it can be recycled. Food containers. First, if I can just take a minute and show you this. This is one of the biggest questions I get. Is food containers cardboard? Are they considered cardboard? Is it recyclable? Absolutely. Actually, most food containers are considered pasteboard, but it is 100% recyclable. You can put it in your curbside recycling or any place that accepts cardboard. If you have a cardboard drop-off area, just make sure your product is empty, there's no food left inside it, and it is 100% recyclable. And I always say, if you're in a community that is not recycling, contact the Eco Guys, let us get them to be green and start recycling. Okay, next, and this is a biggie. This is a biggie. We don't like to talk about it a lot, but you're going to generate these little round boys in your house. And I get a lot of people telling me it's just a round center of the toilet paper or the paper towels. It's so small it doesn't matter. You think about this. Millions upon millions upon millions of these things are sold in the United States every single day. So take this little round guy, times it by millions, 20, 30 million at least. Now you got a lot of cardboard you're dealing with. These are 100% recyclable. When you're finished with the center rolls, put them in your curbside. Another thing you might want to start looking out for, and this is becoming more and more popular, is they actually have toilet paper rolls now coming out that do not have the center cardboard roll in them. They're centerless, I guess, in a way you want to call them. That is very eco-friendly as well. And also, if I left a little bit of the glue that holds the paper on there. If there's still a little bit of toilet paper left on it, don't worry about that. Recycle it. Don't let that stop you. Another container I get a lot of questions about is this time of year you're going to be celebrating. You're going to have a lot of people over. You're going to have a lot of football is going to be played. One of these things, yes, of course. Always remember, just because there's no food in it, just because it's thinner than maybe the Minute Rice box or whatever, it is still 100% recyclable. So make sure that you recycle all forms of cardboard, cereal boxes, food boxes, it doesn't matter. As well as, again, I want to take a minute to speak about recycling here. I get a lot of questions about containers, either this fruit punch container, milk containers, juice box containers. Absolutely. In fact, these items go in your recycle bin, but they go with your plastics and your glass. These are 100% recyclable. Please make sure they get into your recycle bins, or take them to a drop-off facility. If you're in a community that doesn't recycle, first, you should be calling us. Secondly, continue to gather your recyclables, your mixed recyclables together. Get on our Facebook, ask us. I'm going to be having a list today on where you can actually take these items and drop them off, because we know you're green. We know you're a recycle warrior, and you want to make sure these things get properly recycled. So continue to collect your plastics, your bottles, your glass, your cans, your all that, and can get them together and then take them and drop them off. It only takes a few extra minutes of your day, and I'm sure I can find a facility on the way to your work or to your play or whatever you're going to do. Now, here's another question. I love this container that I get a lot of questions about, and it's the old Pringles type containers. It could be Pringles, it could be anything, but the round tube, this thing has got 1,000,001 things on it. I mean, everything about this thing is different. Let me show you what I'm talking about. First, the plastic lid. Plastic lid. A lot of the plastic lid that you find on a Pringles can is actually PVC plastics. So it's number 7. Sometimes they are yeah. They're the same as a soda bottle. So you're looking at number 1 or number 2 plastics. It just depends. This actually can go in your plastic recycling, and what I do is I usually fold them in half like this, and I know I'm going to have a plastic soda bottle, and I stick it down inside the plastic soda bottle because these are so small they'll get lost in the mix, but inside that bottle they'll get recycled. Then when you open up your Pringles, you're going to have your little lid, and it seems like it's plastic, but it's shiny. What did I teach you about shiny plastics? They're aluminum, correct. Oh my goodness, one guy. Hey, you out there, all right, you did it. Thank you very much. So what do we do about aluminum plastics, like these little boys, or like the covers of your Pop-Tarts, some candy bars? Well, you have your empty soda can sitting around the house. Your beautiful empty soda can. You take that empty soda can and you ball up your very thin layer of aluminum. You stick it down inside your soda can and you recycle it. Now, a lot of recycling facilities are going to get mad at me because of this. Tough! Figure out a way to recycle everything and you won't have to worry about us getting around. But actually, there's not getting anything around. They know as well as I know, as well as you now know, that these packages are a very thin layer of aluminum with a little bit of plastic around them. Well, so are your soda cans. They have plastic on the inside and on the outside. So now you know. So what do I do with this? Well, there's two things you can do, because most of them, if you look inside, are shiny. That means there's a layer of aluminum. Actually, it's a very thin layer of cardboard, pasteboard, with a very thin layer of aluminum on the outside. So what do? To be honest, at the Eco Guys, we take the entire container because of the metal bottom, which is steel. We take the entire container and we put it in with our metal mixed tin recycling. That's what we do at the Eco Guys. But if you have the will to do it, you can always take them and you can take your pair of scissors. Remember to be very careful with scissors and don't do like I do, wear eye protection. I got to say that, lawyers. You make a little cut in the top of it and then you peel it and it will come right off. Look at that, it'll peel like a orange. Okay, now when you get it peeled off, you got your metal bottom, you've got your cardboard. You can put this in your cardboard recycling, even though it's got that thin layer of aluminum, and this went perfectly. You can actually see that thin layer of aluminum right there. See, that's your thin layer of aluminum, and then that's your cardboard. But you can actually put this in your cardboard recycling. It is recyclable as cardboard, and of course your metal and your mixed recyclables. And believe me, the magnet will pick this up when it goes through the separation. That's just a few containers that I have sitting around that I wanted to share with you, and I'll be doing much more. And I want your questions. If you have a question about something that you're not too sure how it's recyclable or if it can be recycled, send me a message on our Facebook. You can also email me at any time at theecoguys@yahoo.com. So, let me hear from you. I'd love to answer your questions. And if you're ever curious about anything, plastics, glass, paper, I always say, when in doubt, put it in your recycle bin and let them figure it out, because it's better than wasting it, in my opinion. Well, this is John Wild. Enjoyed my pumpkin spice coffee around fall. Beautiful weather outside. Be green today, and like us on Facebook.